Everybody knows it. I don't have to say what I am, because I've done it. That's the difference between you and me. You talk about it, I do it.
You will know that your ass is mine, and that's the bottom line. Go, get some.
Welcome to the East Side Davey and Stanley Show.
Yes, sir, Stanley Mac. Thank you so much. What an introduction. And we have a big-time East Side Davey and Stanley Wrestling Show with us. Oh, my God. A lot to discuss. And we're going to talk about it all right now. But first, let me introduce myself. I am the guy they call Mr. Champion, and you're gonna find out in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, put him together for me, the father in this equation, Eastside Dave McDonald. And with me, as always, my co-hosting partner, my son and heir to the McDonald fortune, all $37 of it. Put it together for the babyface of babyfaces, Stanley Mac.
Yeah.
Okay. Giving a little LA night is Stanley Mac. So listen, we have Survivor Series tonight. Obviously, we're going to discuss. That will be what we do last, the preview and prognostication element of the show. Lots of predictions, lots of stuff going on in Survivor Series. That should be fascinating to discuss, to chat a little bit about. We're also going to look at AEW a tad. We did watch Full Gear last Saturday, so thought we would have a few comments about AEW, about MJF, Ric Flair, so on and so forth. And then...
who is the devil?
And who is the devil? But... before we get to any of that, let's discuss some real wrestling history that just went down in North Arlington, New Jersey this past Saturday. History was made as yours truly, Eastside Dave. I put it all on the line on social media and my number one sports podcast, the number one independent sports podcast in the world, Fact, Davey Mac sports program. Yeah, I put it out there on the DMSP that if I had two guys, okay, my guys, the All-Americans, the Atkins brothers. Now, usually they're a tag team, but what I decided to do was double up my odds. I got them two individual championship matches. Brian Atkins had to face the Dark Oracle Sage for the IWF World Heavyweight Championship, and his twin brother, Robert Atkins, faced Supersonic KC Bonilla for the IWF American Championship. Well, don't forget, I made a promise. Before I give you the results. I made a guarantee that at least one of my men would win a championship. At least one of my guys would get the gold. And if that were not to happen, I would retire from radio and broadcasting.
You wouldn't have gotten this episode.
You would have not heard this episode at all. I would have left the IWF for good. And I would have personally refunded everyone in attendance's ticket. And since tickets were $25 and we got an attendance of well over 400 people, that would have been costly. We're talking in the thousands of dollars there. I don't have a calculator in front of me, so I'm not going to look up what that number was, but 400 times 25 is significant. But I didn't have to do it, did I, Stanley Mac? Stanley Mac was in attendance, and he saw my man, Robert Atkins, defeat KC Bonilla for the IWF American Championship. And now, I, Eastside Dave am a champion. My first ever championship in the IWF, in professional wrestling, in fact. And boy, was that sweet. Stanley, you were in attendance. You were one of the people whose ticket I did not have to refund. Talk to me about that, because I was too busy feeling euphoria, grabbing the championship belt, hoisting it over my head while I raised my man Robert Atkins' arm. Some people criticized me for being the one to raise the championship over my head, as if I had won the belt. Well, let me explain something to you. I did win the belt. I gave Robert Atkins all of the tutelage and wisdom. I gave Brian Atkins, his brother, all of the tutelage and wisdom that I possess. I gave him the keys to success. I gave him the keys to victory. So yes, I deserve to hold that championship belt first and foremost. When you look at the thumbnail of this very podcast, you can see that exact picture as captured by Big A Andrew Gold. Thank you, Andrew, for the photographic evidence of me as a champion. And that's going to be tough for a lot of people to take. There were some non-pleased IWF fans. Let's just leave it at that. Stanley, give us a report on what the crowd was like after I shockingly won the championship with, of course, my wrestler, Robert Atkins.
I could tell the crowd really did not believe it. They really didn't think you were going to win any matches
The
tonight.
crowd was in shock?
Yeah.
How about that blonde lady who hates me and her whole family? It's the same blonde lady, and she rents out a whole section of seats. How about her?
Yeah.
Was she in shock?
She was in shock.
That's right. That's right, she was. They didn't see it coming, but we had the answers. We came in with a game plan. We came in with a strategy. We executed it, and we shockingly took the IWF American Championship. And now, forevermore, you people will refer to me as Eastside Dave McDonald, a.k.a. Mr. Champion. That's my nickname. Now, my title is New Jersey's greatest wrestling manager. But my nickname, once again, Mr. Champion. That's what you can call me. You can call me Darth David. You can call me Eastside Dave McDonald, the greatest of all time. You can call me Davey Mac, the #1 entertainer in the universe. Or you could call me Mr. Champion. Those are the only things I will respond to.
Not even Eastside Dave?
Nope. Unless you do Eastside Dave, a.k.a. the most wonderful human being who's ever existed. If you put all of those words into it, absolutely. Fair enough?
I think that's fair.
Why don't you practice? Go ahead. Practice. Introduce me.
Hi, Eastside Dave, the greatest wrestling manager of all time.
There you go. That's what I like. Now, you, being my son, you're allowed to call me Father, but I'd like you to call me Mr. Father Champion, sir. Okay, try that out. Mr. Father Champion,
Hi,
sir.
Mr. Father Champion, sir.
That's good. That's what I'm going to respond to. Go ahead. Say you need some milk, right? What would you say if you need some milk?
Mr. Father Champion, sir, can you get me some milk?
Please.
Please.
Please, Mr. Father Champion,
Please,
sir.
Mr. Father Champion.
I want you to start every sentence with Mr. Champion, Father, sir, and then end it with Mr. Father Champion, sir. So let's do. You want a sandwich? Because once again, it's noon and you're hungry. Go ahead.
I don't know what you're trying to do with
What
that
was it?
voice.
Go ahead.
Mr. Father Champion, sir, can I please have a sandwich, Mr. Father Champion, sir?
Very good. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I would sort of like Mr. Father Champion, sir, twice at the end. Because I just want to make sure that everyone understands how much of a champion I am. So let's say you want a Christmas present. Oh, I need to have a Christmas present this year. I don't know what was wrong with the last 4 years where you didn't get anything. This year he wants a change of pace, he said. So let's just say, so again, I want double up on the Mr. Champion Father Sir at the end. I want one at the top. I want your request, and then 2 at the end. Go. For a Christmas present. This is a request.
Mr. Father Champion, sir, can I have a present? Mr. Father Champion, sir. Mr. Father Champion, sir.
Good. Good. And the answer to that question is no. But I like how you asked the question. So again, Mr. Father Champion, sir, that's me. Eastside Davey Mac, New Jersey's greatest wrestling manager of all time. I am a champion, baby. Bingo, bango, bongo. Now let's move on to AEW for just a bit. We got some stuff to talk about. First of all, they just signed Ric Flair to a 2-year deal where his energy drinks now are going to be on the desks. I've seen the Ric Flair energy drink on the desk, and you're seeing little pictures of Ric Flair. I don't know, I guess some fans were critical of this and this and that.
Like me.
The whole thing seems like a disaster.
Wait, he's going to be dead by 2 years.
Oh! Let's not go there. So what do you think about the Ric Flair signing?
Not good.
Why?
Because who knows where he's going to be in 2 years.
Who knows where he's going to be in 2 years? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he's an older gentleman. I don't think he's planning to take a trip. I think he'll be in, America, North Carolina or something. It should be easy to find. Now, we watched Full Gear. Any takeaways from Full Gear? First of all, MJF out there twice. With Samoa Joe, he defeated the Guns for the ROH World Tag Team Championship. They should have given that to the Guns. Too much MJF. And does anyone care about the ROH anything?
Until it's on TV.
Tony Khan needs to understand, until the Ring of Honor is on television, no one cares. And there are really entirely too many championship belts in AEW. The exact same thing that we criticized the WWE for years, the WWE actually cut down on belts. Every single week, AEW grows by 3 to 4 more belts they just add. It's championships upon championships. Literally, every single match, somebody's walking out with a championship. In every match, people are walking out with championships. It looks stupid. It looks like everyone got a championship. It looks like every little kid at the Little League got their participation trophy. That is what AEW is beginning to look like. I'm sorry, but it's looking like a Little League type of deal. With everyone getting a belt, like the participation trophy, everyone gets to do whatever they want. Everyone gets to have fun. Make me barf. Thought there were some good matches in Full Gear. MJF then later defeated Jay White to win the
reveal, though.
AEW World Championship. No devil reveal, and the big announcement was that
Will Ospreay has signed with AEW. Big mistake by Will Ospreay. I can't. I'm pretty surprised that he actually did that. WWE has all the momentum in the world, and we heard that the WWE was interested in this guy. And I think he would have done absolutely fantastic. He has a rival in Seth Rollins ready to go. Cannot understand why Will Ospreay, some of these folks, I think, are in denial of what AEW is right now. They are sinking. AEW is not good right now. And remember, just so it's clear, from about 2019 to 2021 and a half or 2022, we were usually more pro AEW than WWE. Because it was the end of the Vince McMahon era, and it was a new professional league era, and it was fun. And then getting Punk in 2021 was a big deal. And now he's gone.
But
twice.
We are, a month away from 2024. Those times are so gone. AEW has been terrible. Tony Khan refuses to look at reality. Babyface versus babyface matches, heel versus heel matches. They all stink. Some no-name moron from New Japan Wrestling that we've never heard of.
Riding the scooter.
We don't care.
Oh my God! Don't get us started. The world's worst street fight, recently was held, and yeah, Kota Ibushi rode a bicycle and just lightly tapped people with what was a, one of those tubes that you like keep a poster in. If you like get a poster for somebody and you get one of those cardboard tubes that the poster goes in so it doesn't get like wrinkled and stuff. It looks like they pretty much spray painted one of those cardboard poster tubes. They spray painted it silver to make it look like a pipe. And then he lightly tapped the guy on the head with it while riding a bicycle. It was so embarrassing. It was so lame and unfunny. The problem with AEW that they don't understand is that their sense of humor, they all like to think that they're really funny. Their sense of humor is all from like 15 years ago, if not older. I mean, it might be from 30 years ago. These guys have a very like WWE, but all the bad stuff. Like all of the bad like 2008 WWE. Or like all of the bad like 1992 or 93 WWE.
Let's go to 1992, 93 because you know how I feel about 2008 era.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's like they watch all the goofy, stupid stuff from the WWE and think that's the good stuff. And not, the actual good stuff being the good stuff. This is an embarrassment. MJF is working way too much. He's everywhere. And things are starting to not make sense with MJF. There's starting to be like, why would he act like this? Why is he, with this guy? Too much.
He's doing the best he can.
I'll tell you, he's doing the best he can. I'm not criticizing MJF. He is the most talented guy in AEW by far. But they're overusing him, they're overworking him, and they're overexposing him. So it'll only be a matter of time before he loses a little steam, and then the AEW fans will turn on him, being all, he's boring now. I'm telling you, that'll happen. Tony Khan, the Edge has been a bust. How about that? How about this, AEW fans? The Edge, Adam Copeland, is a bust. I've been dying to do a show like this for a while now. We haven't done a show since October. Well, we always do these monthly, but still, it feels like a while. So I've been rearing to go. Screw Adam Copeland. He gets to AEW within 1 second. He calls Ricky Starks a Rock wannabe. The same BS that Ricky Starks has been dealing with for 4 years. He's not a Rock wannabe. But that's great, Adam Copeland. You go in as a quote-unquote babyface, call the heel, who, by the way, is getting more of a babyface reaction than you are. Call the guy who's an AEW original, who's also been there for 4 years, and he keeps doing a great job despite roadblock after roadblock put in front of him. And he calls him a vanilla rock midget ripoff. Seriously? Hey, Adam Copeland, you stink. You've never been as great as people say you are. You're not as great as people make you out to be. Stanley and I had a little conversation, and Stan's like, well, don't you think he's a top 10 guy? I go, absolutely not.
Yes, he is.
No way.
Yes, what?
We sat down and then proceeded to name 13 or 14 or 15 guys ahead of Edge. But it's not top 10, is it, Stan? And you agreed with me on those, right?
But I also do believe that
You can't have it both ways. We literally sat down and looked at the guys.
He was mad at me, though, for putting Edge over Macho Man, I remember.
What? I should be. We sat down and looked at all the legends, and Stanley put Adam Copeland over Randy Macho Man Savage. Yes. That's a horrible... So, I even let you get that selection, and he still didn't make the top 10 on our list. Come on. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker, Ric Flair. I know a lot of people don't like him, but because of wrestling history, Hogan. I mean, my God. Triple H, I mean, what about the guys now, too? Brock Lesnar. I mean, Roman Reigns is better than Edge ever will be. Sorry. I mean, we just named a few. Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. I mean, come on. Andre the Giant.
Okay, we're going to be putting Andre over Edge.
Yes!
The guy couldn't move in his latter part of his career, but okay.
In his latter part of his career, you're criticizing a literal giant who was 7'5", 500 pounds. Yes, in the lateral part of his career, he had trouble moving well. But he also had a good 15 years where he was the biggest star in wrestling. About Dusty Rhodes. I mean, come on. Edge is not coming anywhere near the top 10. Did we say Undertaker?
Yeah, Undertaker's over Edge. I'll give you that one.
Jesus, he's not even close. If I really get the wrestlers, Edge might not make my top 20. And he comes into AEW and puts Ricky Starks down as a vanilla rock midget ripoff. You know what, Edge? Screw you! I don't want to see you anymore. You're boring. Your promos have never been good. Your promos aren't as good as Ricky Starks, and they never have been. You come across phony. You come across like you're reciting memorized lines. Ricky Starks comes across like a natural wrestler who's making stuff off the top of his head. So, I'm down on AEW. And, signing good job, AEW. Adam Copeland, that's going to be the game changer. Hey, as someone who's watched the last, 30, 40 years of WWE, Adam Copeland's the one who's vanilla. And by the way, don't tell any WWE fan that Edge made a difference these last 2 years. He was non-existent. He stunk. Total bore fest. Snooze. It's time to look at Edge seriously. He is overhyped. He is put on a level he does not deserve to be on. He's not on that top level. He's on the rung below it. He's not on that Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, so on and so forth level. He's on the level below it.
Would you put Christian on that level?
Christian? No, I'm being fair, although, quite frankly, Christian is, and listen to this, because I actually took a calculator and I mashed it into a computer and I did the numbers. Christian is 1.4 million times better than the Edge.
That is, you can't physically do that to an actual calculator.
I shoved the calculator into the computer, and that's how I got the number. So, I know this is a hot take, and some people are going to be like, oh, but I don't care. I don't care about Edge. I don't care about Adam Copeland. He's the vanilla guy, not Ricky Starks. Ricky, please go to WWE. Ask Cody to get you in. Just leave. Because AEW does not treat Ricky Starks well, like the superstar that he truly is. An AEW original guy who just constantly has the carpet under his feet just pulled out from under him. So it's annoying. And the babyface Adam Copeland decides to call him a Rock ripoff. Hey, dummy. So now you're making AEW look bad. Because now you're admitting that The Rock, a WWE guy, is the cool thing. And so here's this AEW, and he's a WWE guy ripoff. Do you see what that makes AEW look like? You're all a bunch of ripoffs. It makes AEW look like a ripoff league. Edge might as well have said, hey, don't watch our show. We're all WWE ripoffs. So watch WWE. That's where you'll get The Rock. What a moron. So I'm down on Edge. MJF, I've heard, re-signed with AEW. I pray that is not the case. I don't know what he is thinking. If he re-signed with AEW for 3 or 4 years, I mean, good. You're now in wrestling purgatory, bro. You've just decided to hit pause on your career, or worse, potentially one bad injury, dude. One bad storyline, one angle, one bad promo, and everything goes away. So that was stupid. So just a whole bunch of mistakes here. I'm sorry. Thoughts and opinions, Stanley Mac on AEW and Full Gear.
I think Full Gear was like a 3 out of 10, so there was
Whoa.
some nice moments, but it was bad.
3 out of 10? Did you say 3 out of 10?
Yes, I did.
Holy cow. That's not good, Stan.
I know it's not. There was some good moments, but the bad.
What did you like? What did you like? What? Give me something. I don't want to go.
I did like
so
the
negative on
MJF.
I don't want to go super negative on AEW, except for this one statement. I hate it with every fiber in my being, and I wish it would go away. No, but here's the reason why. Because I really enjoyed AEW, and you can go back to the archives and listen to this very show, a show which has been around for 9 years. Okay, we're fair. We have no agenda. You know why? Because we know, well, I know I'm never getting a job, nor do I want one. So I might as well just say what I like and what I don't like. In 2021, WWE was terrible. And we said it on every single episode of this show. Meanwhile, AEW was fantastic. And we said it on every single episode of this show. Now, things have completely reversed. But the problem is, AEW buries their head in the sand. They won't look at their problems. They won't correct their mistakes. And that pisses me off. Pardon my language. And this is your fault, Stanley Mac.
How?
I don't know.
For
Let me
supporting
think
Edge.
let me think about it and make up a reason.
For supporting Edge.
Well, your comment of Edge top 10 was ridiculous. Now that we've really broken down the numbers and looked at all the wrestlers, he might not make the top 20. That's A. B. I mean, do you really are an Edge fan?
I am.
Yeah.
I am an Edge fan.
What's his best match?
Him versus Mick Foley in that Extreme Rules match. Remember
right,
when
fair
he speared him through the fire? That was such a good match.
All right. Promo? What's his best promo?
I don't remember that.
Oh. Huh.
I don't remember
Interesting.
the promo.
You remember anything he's ever said on the microphone that's interesting?
He had a good fit with Matt Hardy.
Yeah, I know. And what was the great promo there? No, I remember Matt Hardy's promos where he went on that Bite This show and this and that. I remember all the stuff that Matt Hardy did. What about Edge's promos? What was the famous one? Oh, that's right. You can't name one because if anyone's vanilla, it's Adam Edge Copeland. Bore. Shh. Shh. Yeah, that's my hot take, baby. I love it. And for you to say that Edge is better than Randy Macho Man Savage, you honestly, you might have to be suspended from the Eastside Dave and Wrestling show for 30 days. I'm gonna take that comment to the commissioner's office.
Who's going then? Who's gonna be joining you?
I don't know.
Is Jedi Jared gonna be joining?
I might have to go to my Yaddle Chattel, my Star Wars podcast co-host, and get Jedi Jared Fishman. And he doesn't know anything about wrestling. I mean, he knows a little bit about the 1980s. But it's going to be very brutal. But you're looking at a 30-day suspension if you don't correct that, comment of Edge is better than Macho Man. That's insane. In what universe? Like, certainly not this one. Maybe in one of those Marvel multiverses, that's the case. Let's go to Survivor Series, brother. So Survivor Series is tonight. Let's address the two big things. Number one, Randy Orton makes his return. Very excited, Mago. That's the guy who is a million times better than Edge, Adam Copeland. Randy Orton.
We've been talking about that topic for 30 minutes.
No, we haven't. Now, Randy Orton. Now that's someone we're looking forward to. Are we not?
Yeah, that's exciting.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Randy Orton, and he's going to make his return at War Games Survivor Series. That could be a little risky.
They don't want us to expect Punk, so they're going to announce it.
But I mean, coming off of an injury with War Games can be a very hardcore and brutal match.
That'll be fine.
You think so? I hope so. I hope they don't have him. I hope he doesn't get excited and try to do something nuts.
He will be, I bet. He'll try to do something.
Well, I think Randy's, a lot of people are looking forward to seeing Randy Orton back. I know I am, and that's going to be great. The question is, does Randy Orton, well, I guess we'll get into our predictions in a bit, and then maybe we can do, what will Randy be doing at the main event. Okay, so let's address the other big rumor, have to put it out there. Mr. CM Punk, Survivor Series is in Chicago. It is completely sold out. They had to take away the stage in order to make more tickets, and as soon as they took away the stage and added more seats, those seats then got sold out instantly. They're saying this is the biggest arena crowd for a WWE event in Chicago ever, beating a WrestleMania in Chicago, where the WrestleMania was held in an arena. Again, that's the key. Arena. Obviously not stadium. But
they go to like the Cubs Stadium, it would
Wrigley
definitely,
Field. Yeah, it would sell that out. But still, this is the biggest Chicago arena crowd ever for WWE. I think CM Punk's a big reason for that, but doesn't seem like it. I don't know. Where are you? Talk to us.
Okay, so can I just say if he does return, how it's going to happen?
Please, you take over.
So, Zinske, maybe we'll see some sort of backstage thing on maybe the pre-show or something. Nakamura says, it's happening tonight, because if you look at the card, it's actually not on the card. So, Nakamura makes it clear. Nick Aldis says it's official. Maybe we even see, a limo pull up, and they're like, he's here, And then Nakamura's in the middle through the show, and Punk comes.
I like it. Okay. That's exciting. So you think there's a chance, but do you think this is going to happen?
Probably not.
Oh, you don't think he's coming back to that? Is he coming back to the WWE?
Yeah, I do. I'm just saying, if he does come back tonight, this is how I would book it. That's all.
Okay, that's how you would book it. I think that the plan was not for Punk to come back, but it's just quite possible with the fact that it's now sold out and it's going to be a massive crowd, and the guy lives in Chicago. They could make a call to him and say, hey, go out there and run out in street clothes at the end of the main event. At the end of the last match, just get out there. Get the big pop. We'll hit the song. And maybe
the remix version,
because it feels like if they were waiting for Punk, it would be Royal Rumble perhaps, but obviously there's so many people going to this event
expecting.
Well, I mean, I don't think they're all expecting, but I do
not
think.
All.
But you definitely are getting a substantial number of people who got the tickets because of a chance to see Punk back in WWE. So I do think that's real. All right, let's look at the matches. Gunther versus Miz for the WWE Intercontinental Championship match. For the championship, I should say. Who do you like, Stanley?
What's the match? Gunther versus Miz?
Gunther versus Miz.
I got Gunther. By the way, I like the Miz as a face since he turned face.
Really?
I actually have. Even though I normally find the Miz quite boring, I think he's been a little bit more entertaining as a face. But I got Gunther. This is an easy match. All
right, I'm going with Gunther as well. I can't see him losing to the Miz in Chicago. Well, that wouldn't make sense to me. Next match, Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark. Someone just gave me an email, I guess. Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark for the Women's World Championship.
Rhea Ripley.
Me too. Does any human being on the planet Earth think Zoe Stark will win? Number 3, Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar. This was originally going to be Carlito versus Santos, but Carlito got hit on last night's SmackDown, injured, out of the match. So Dragon Lee will be taking his spot. Who do you like?
I think Dragon Lee's gonna win. I was actually gonna go Santos Escobar over Carlito, but because the match, that was my original mindset. But because the match got changed, I think I'm gonna have Dragon Lee.
Okay, fair enough. Let's look. I'm gonna go with Santos Escobar on this one. I think they just turned him heel. They want to keep him strong. Let's now look at the two War Games matches. The women's War Game match: Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, Becky Lynch versus Damage Control: Bayley, Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane.
Could we see Sasha? Could we see Jade?
Good call.
Jade?
Sasha Banks. That is a rumor. No, let's address that. Well, Jade Cargill, I think, is Royal Rumble.
I think
I'm telling you, Jade Cargill's Royal Rumble. It makes sense to do Royal Rumble. But that is a rumor, ladies and gentlemen, that Stanley Mac brought up. Sasha Banks. Could she be in the house? There is a buzz. There's rumors a-swirling. I think if that happens, Sasha comes in, takes over Damage Control, puts the boots to Bayley, kicks Bayley out of the group. That's what I think happens.
Poor Naomi.
So, who do you like? Who's going to win?
I got... What I think is going to happen is I think Damage Control wins, and after the match, they all take out Bayley.
With Sasha?
No, not with Sasha. She ain't coming back.
Okay.
Ever.
I like Damage Control winning this as well.
Anything after the match? Any shenanigans?
Sasha comes, and she beats Bayley up.
She's not coming back.
She's going to come after this match, and she's going to put the boots to Bayley. And then the men's War Game match. Cody Rhodes, Seth freaking Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and Randy Orton versus the Judgment Day. Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, and Drew McIntyre, a freshly turned heel Drew McIntyre.
Who has not joined the Judgment Day, by the way.
Not joined the Judgment Day. But he's definitely heelish.
Well, he is a heel, but not Judgment Day.
True. Who do you like?
Cody, whatever. Cody, Seth, Randy, Zammy, and Jay to win. However, after the match, they'll celebrate. Randy RKO's Cody, and then RKO's everyone. Just beats everyone up. Honestly.
So a big Randy Orton turn at the end.
Would that really be a heel turn, though, since he just came back? I mean, I know he enters the match as a face, but that wouldn't really be a heel turn, would it?
I don't know. Yeah, it would be. A little bit. Anyway, I agree. I think Cody stays the survivor. Maybe Cody and Randy stay the survivors.
Well,
and that team wins.
Everyone's going to be the survivors except for the losing team. War Games is an elimination.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking the old school elimination Survivor Series matches. Good point. Give yourself 5 points for correcting me. Give me 15 points.
That didn't...
For being honest and saying, oh, yeah, good job. Because a lot of people let pride enter their hearts. And they won't admit when they're wrong. So give yourself 5 points for correcting me, but I want 5,000 points for getting rid of pride.
Oh my God, that is literally
because pride
there.
cometh before the fall.
You're only doing pride so you can get the... You're only doing
You're
that
right.
so you can get
give
the
yourself
points.
5 points for being observant and give myself 5,000 points for being honest that you were right.
I could do this all day.
Well, I'm just saying, it takes a real man to admit.
You're doing this literally just for the points.
Correct. Give myself another 5,000 points for being honest, though, because admitting that I'm doing all of these illegal things and lying and cheating and all this stuff, it takes a real man to admit that I'm doing these bad things. That's called honesty, my friend. Well, listen, another spectacular episode, Stanley Macco, and I gotta say, I enjoyed this very much.
What an episode.
I don't know. Is there a December event with the WWE or anything like that?
Maybe there's gonna be. Maybe though, I think that they might bring back Day One. I heard.
Well, we should try to do a show in December, even if it's just a year-in review type of deal. Can we sign up for that?
Yeah.
Even if there's no good pay-per-view, we'll try to do that.
Yeah.
All right. God bless you. Well, listen.
God bless America.
Enjoy the wrestling tonight. Enjoy the Survivor Series. Enjoy the War Games. He's Stanley Mac. I'm Davey Mac. Good night, everybody.